me up all day.
All right, Joe Mixon. We already talked Bengals a little bit because we talked about Burrow and the offensive line, potentially being a problem. Obviously, that could extend to Mixon as well. And we also talked about how if you fall behind in games, that can really benefit a quarterback that's going to air it out, and it might not always benefit, a 3-down back, something like that. But with Joe Mixon, we got no Gio Bernard. I don't know how long it's been. How long was Gio's stint in Cincinnati? It seemed like it was like a decade.
Well, this offseason is the only time he's been kicked. He's now with the Bucs this year. Tom Brady over there in Tampa. So this is our first time without him on the Bengals, Mr. Mustache.
Right. So Gio's got a Super Bowl ring in his future, probably.
Yeah.
No Gio, no Rooks, unstoppable offense. Joe Mixon, you like what's going on with him?
I mean, it's so tricky because Mixon's boned us 2 years in a row now.
Oh, he's boned us.
He really has. And we've seen the flashes in both seasons. We see, the 40-point week winners, and then we see just a lot of inconsistency throughout it. And so that has me a little bit nervous, right? Are we going to get another one of those seasons where Mixon's pissing us off? But I don't see how it can't be just an absolute workhorse feeding with Gio Bernard now gone. We cited those stats about how pass happy they were. Well, in that same span, while we had Joe Burrow out there, those first 6 weeks where the Mixon was out there, he got hurt after that. He led the NFL in opportunities, being carries and receptions for running backs during that span. So we already saw him kind of being a workhorse with Gio Bernard on the roster. And whenever Gio Bernard has missed time over the last few seasons, Mixon's never had below a 15 to 20% target share, which is a huge spike, a hugely important spike for this guy. So if this offense does become that juggernaut I really think it could be with Jamar Chase here, and if there's nobody else to feed the rock to, I don't see how Joe Mixon doesn't kill it. Their offensive coordinator has already said, I don't want him to leave the field. I want him to be out there every single play. And I know that might give you some nightmares back to, CJ Spiller. We're going to feed him till he pukes type of quote. But ultimately, I think it's a huge move, getting rid of Gio Bernard, adding nobody before round 6. There's no competition here for Joe Mixon to get 350 touches in what I think could be one of the better offenses in the league. I think this is the year it all comes together,
all right,
and Mixon repays those of us who had faith in him.
All right. I just don't think I'm drafting him.
You're not. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.